You ready for this quote? You can't give your life more time. So give your time more life. Sit with that because at first it sounds cute, like something you will see on a coffee mug. If you really hear it, it cuts because most of us are living like we have unlimited tomorrows. One day I'll start. One day I'll heal. One day I'll forgive. One day I'll take care of my body. One day I'll stop being afraid. One day I'll finally live. But here's the truth. One day is not a day on the calendar. One day is where dreams go to die. You cannot give your life more time. You can eat better. You can sleep better. You can exercise. You can improve your odds. But nobody owns tomorrow. Not the rich man, not the monk, not the scientist, not the pastor, not the guru, not the king. You do not possess time. You are being visited by it. And the real question is not, how much time do I have left? The real question is, how much life am I putting into the time I have right now? Because some people live 90 years and only repeat the same day over and over. And some people live one ordinary Tuesday so fully, so honestly, so awake that eternity touches the room. Welcome back. On this channel, we are not here for fake enlightenment. We are not here for spiritual decoration. We're not here to collect pretty quotes while still avoiding our actual life. We're here to remember who we are, to create from love and awareness, and to experience this life fully while we're still here. And today, we're talking about time. Not time management, life management. Because most people do not need a better calendar. They need a better relationship with existence. They need to stop treating life like a waiting room, waiting to be richer, waiting to be thinner, waiting to be chosen, waiting to be healed, waiting to be ready, waiting to be fearless. But life is not waiting for you to become perfect before it starts. Life is happening right now while you are thinking about life, while you're planning life, while you're scrolling past life, while you're waiting for life to finally feel like life. And that is the danger. You can spend your whole life preparing to live and never actually enter the moment you are already in. The biggest illusion is not that time exists. The biggest illusion is that you own it. Ancient wisdom has been pointing to this for thousands of years. The Bible says to number your days so your heart become wise. The Quran says every soul will taste death. Buddhism teaches impermanence and awareness because a distracted person is already half asleep. The Stoics meditated on death, not because they hated life, but because they wanted to stop wasting it. Different languages, same message. Wake up, not later, now. Because death is not the enemy of life. Consciousness is. A person can be breathing and still not be alive. Eyes open, heart closed, phone in hand, soul asleep, scrolling, comparing, numbing, performing, calling it normal. But normal is not the same as alive. Busy is not the same as alive. Entertained is not the same as alive. Comfortable is not the same as alive. You can have a free weekend and still feel like you wasted your life. Why? Because time without presence does not feel like freedom. It feels empty. Rest is sacred, but numbing is not rest. Distraction is not peace. Entertainment is not experience. And being busy is not the same as being alive. To give your time more life does not mean to do more. It does not mean chase more. It does not mean turn your whole existence into a productivity context. No. To give your time more life means bring more presence into the moment you already have. When you eat, taste. When you listen, actually listen. When you work, wait from service, not just survival. When you rest, rest without guilt. When you love someone, do not love them like they are furniture in the room. Look at them and remember, this person is temporary. This conversation is temporary. This body is temporary. This season is temporary. And somehow, that does not make life meaningless. It makes it holy. That is why we give roses to people we love. Think about it. A raw rose will wilt. It will fade. Its petals will fall. And yet we still choose the raw rose over the plastic one. Why? Because the value of the rose is not in how long it lasts. The value is in the life it carries while it is here. Plastic rose may last for years, but it does not breathe. It does not soften the room the same way. It does not remind you to pay attention. The real rose says, I am here now. Receive me now. Smell me now. Let me mean something now. And that is life. Your mother is a rose. Your father is a rose. Your child is a rose. Your lover is a rose. Your body is a rose. This morning is a rose. This breath is a rose. Do not wait until the petals fall to realize you were holding something holy. I had to learn this the hard way. There was a season of my life where I wanted success so bad. After the app revolution, everybody was talking about apps. There was an app for this and an app for that. And I wanted to be one of those people. I wanted to build something big. I wanted to become successful. I wanted to prove something. So I moved. I chased the dream. I chased the money. I chased the idea of becoming somebody. And life humbled me. Job searching, car problems, rejection, startups not taking off, doors closing, dreams not moving the way I thought they would move. And the crazy part is, I thought I was chasing freedom. But in some strange way, I was running from home. I just wanted to be anywhere but home until life brought me back. During COVID, I ended up coming back home. And slowly, something changed. I started being around my loved ones again. I started seeing my parents differently. Not just as mom and dad, but as human beings in the sunset years of their lives. Real people, temporary people, roses. And I realized something. I was out there chasing life, but life was also right here. In the conversations, in the check-ins, in the simple moments, in being able to sit near them, in being able to help, in being able to laugh, in being able to see their faces while they were still here. And now, even when I travel, I make it a point to come back, to check in, to be around, to not let the chase steal the people that matter. Because money matters, work matters, purpose matters. But what is the point of gaining the world if you're absent from the people love gave you? Sometimes giving your time more life does not mean adding more to your schedule. Sometimes it means finally coming home. And for the builders, the dreamers, the entrepreneurs, the creators, hear this clearly. Ambition is not the enemy. Money is not the enemy. Success is not the enemy. Building something meaningful can be sacred when it comes from truth, service, creativity, and love. Creation can be how life expresses itself through you. But there is a version of ambition that slowly empties you. There's a version of success where your bank account grows, your audience grows, your reputation grows, but your soul gets quieter. You can hide in work. You can hide in goals. You can hide in productivity. You can hide in becoming impressive. You call it purpose. But purpose without presence becomes performance. And performance will never feed the real you. So yes, build the business. Launch the idea. Make the money. Take the risk. Become excellent. But do not build a life you're too exhausted to actually live. Do not sacrifice your body on the altar of productivity and call it discipline. Do not ignore the people who love you while trying to impress people who barely knows you. Because the awakened entrepreneur does not only ask, how do I make more? The awakened entrepreneur asks, what is this making of me? Is this work making me more alive, more honest, more loving, more free? Or is it turning me into a machine with spiritual language? Real success is not just what you achieve, it is who you become while achieving it. And if the cost of your dream is your aliveness, the price is too high. There are three thieves that can steal life from your time. The first is fear. Fear says, do not try, do not speak, do not love, do not change, do not start until you are ready. But fear is a terrible God. It demands worship and gives no blessing. Most people are not missing potential, they are missing courage. They keep asking fear for permission to live, and fear always says no. The second thief is distraction. Distraction is not just a bad habit. Sometimes it is pain avoidance. The mind says, I do not want to feel this. So the hand reaches for the phone. One more video, one more refresh, one more notification, one more opinion. And slowly, your attention gets rented out to strangers. Let's say it plainly. Your attention is your life. Where your attention goes, your life goes. If your attention is always in comparison, your life becomes envy. If your attention is always in outrage, your life becomes war. If your attention is always in fantasy, your life becomes avoidance. But if your attention is in love, truth, beauty, service, breath, awareness, and the life moving through all things, your life starts becoming those things. The third thief is performance. Performance says, I am not here to experience life. I am here to look like I am living correctly. That is why people photograph the meal but do not taste it, record the concert but do not hear it, post the relationship but do not nourish it, build the business but lose the soul. Even spirituality can become performance. The language, the quotes, the aesthetics, the high vibration personality. But truth does not care about your costume. Truth cares whether your heart is real. An entrepreneur can be deeply spiritual. A person in a temple can be asleep. A mother washing dishes with love can be in communion with life. The outer form is not the point. The consciousness inside is the point. So how do you give your time more life today? Not someday, today. Start with this question. What would love do the next 5 minutes? Not fear, not ego, not old programming. Love. Maybe love will call your mother. Maybe love would apologize. Maybe love would turn the phone off. Maybe love would finish the work. Maybe love would drink water and go to sleep. Maybe love will stop chasing someone who keeps dishonoring you. Maybe love would finally begin. That is spirituality without the costume. Not floating outside your body. Coming back into your body with enough awareness to choose differently. Maybe you are not failing. Maybe you're just absent. Maybe your soul is not asking for a dramatic reinvention. Maybe it is asking for one honest day, one real conversation, 1 hour without the phone, one walk outside, one breath where you stop running from yourself, one apology, one boundary, one creative act, one moment where you stop waiting for life to become cinematic and finally enter the scene you're already in. You cannot give your life more time, so stop bargaining with tomorrow. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop treating your life like a draft. This is not rehearsal. This moment is real. Give your time more life, not more noise, more life, more truth, more silence, more courage, more love, more presence, more of the real you, not the mask, not the wound, not the algorithm, not the fear. The you beneath all of that, a witness, the creator, the spark, the soul, the one who remembers. A real rose does not last forever. That is why you do not ignore it while it is blooming, and neither should you ignore your life while it is still breathing. Have a great day, but more than that, have a real one.